Okay, so I just read about this library called Socket Call that really changed my perspective on how we can handle socket events.
Oh, I'm intrigued. What's so special about it?
So it basically allows you to call events like regular async functions in TypeScript. That's wild, right?
Wait, seriously? So instead of dealing with the usual callback mess, you just use async await?
Exactly. Just imagine how much cleaner your code could be. I'm thinking of when I have a function buried under callbacks.
That definitely sounds like a sanity saver. How does it work under the hood?
Well, it leverages the socket.io library, which we know is already popular for real-time web apps.
Right, it's pretty much a go-to for anything that requires live updates. So what's the setup like?
You define some event handlers, and then you can add the logic to each event as if they were just regular functions.
Wow, so it abstracts away a lot of the complexity. That's fantastic. But is it really easy to learn?
Totally. Since it uses TypeScript, you get type safety and auto-completion, which is great for catching errors early.
That gives me chills. So you're telling me I can avoid runtime errors because of TypeScript's checks?
Yes, plus it enhances readability and maintainability. You'll feel more confident refactoring your code.
Okay, but what happens if you need to deal with user data or session info?
Oh, that's the interesting part. You can define types for session data and share them across the server and client.
Ah, so the user state gets managed seamlessly without duplicating code. That makes so much sense.
Right? And think about it. Less boilerplate means faster development. It's a win-win.
This is changing everything for me. I imagine using it for chat apps or dashboards would be a breeze.
Definitely. Especially for applications where you need to keep the UI in sync with the server effortlessly.
So it really tailors itself to both small projects and larger systems.
Exactly. But here's the kicker. Imagine the performance gains with less code and more efficient event handling.
Wow, that really gets me excited. How does it handle scaling, though?
Great question. Since it runs on Socket.io, it inherits all the scalability features out of the box.
So you're basically future-proofing your applications without even realizing it.
Yes. And the ease of integrating middleware just makes it all the more flexible.
Middleware. What kinds of things can you handle there?
You could handle authentication, data validation, or even logging of Socket activities seamlessly.
Oh wow, that really opens up the potential for building robust applications.
Right? I can't believe this hasn't gained more traction already. It feels like a game changer.
And yet, it seems pretty niche. I wonder why it's not on everyone's radar.
Maybe people aren't aware of how much easier it makes handling real-time events? That's perplexing.
It makes me think about how often we overlook tools that can really simplify our lives.
Absolutely. This is such a good example of how innovation doesn't always get the spotlight it deserves.
Totally. I mean, the balance between powerful features and ease of use is crucial.
Exactly. But also, the way this library enhances the development workflow is just brilliant.
It's both productive and enjoyable. I can see teams loving this in collaborative environments.
Definitely. It fosters a shared understanding of the event-driven architecture.
So, what about the learning curve for developers coming in fresh?
Honestly, because of TypeScript, I think new developers would pick it up pretty quickly.
That's reassuring. It's essential to have accessible tools in our ever-evolving tech landscape.
For sure. I can't wait to see where Socket Call takes us in the future. The possibilities feel limitless.
I completely agree. It's a fantastic reminder of how constantly evolving tech can reshape our development practices.
And honestly, I'm excited to dive in myself. Can you imagine the projects we could tackle?
Absolutely. Here's hoping this sparks more discussions around effective real-time communication.
Totally. So for anyone listening, what's the one tool or library you'd like to rediscover next?
Exactly. Let's keep the conversation going. Who knows what gems are out there waiting to be uncovered?